Earthquakes are sudden vibrations of the Earth's crust. They occur because tectonic plates are always grinding against each other and getting stuck. Stress builds up for decades until the rock finally snaps. When it breaks, it releases a massive shock wave. This vibration levels buildings, snaps bridges, and can turn solid ground into liquid mud, turning cities into rubble in seconds. Volcanic eruptions happen when magma and pressurized gases blast through the Earth's surface. It occurs because molten rock is lighter than the solid rock around it, so it rises until the pressure becomes too much for the crust to hold. It shoots out red-hot lava that burns everything in clouds of toxic ash made of tiny glass shards. This ash destroys engines, collapses roofs, and blocks out the sun for miles. Landslides are the downward movement of rock, debris, or earth. They occur when gravity overcomes the friction holding a slope together, usually triggered by heavy rain, melting snow, or earthquakes. The effect is a fast-moving wall of mud and rock that buries houses, blocks roads, and destroys habitats instantly. Once the mountain starts moving, nothing is heavy enough to stop it. Tsunamis are a series of giant ocean waves. They occur when a massive amount of water is displaced, usually by an underwater earthquake or volcanic collapse. In deep water, the wave is small, but as it hits the coast, it slows down and grows into a massive wall of water. It surges inland for miles, erasing entire towns and drowning everything in its path. Floods are an overflow of water onto dry land. They occur when it rains faster than the ground can absorb it, or when a riverbank or dam fails. The water rises and covers everything, carrying chemicals, sewage, and heavy debris. It stays for weeks, rotting buildings, destroying crops, and spreading waterborne diseases. Hurricanes, typhoons, and cyclones are massive rotating storm systems. They form over warm ocean water, which acts as fuel for a heat engine. The heat rises and starts spinning because of the Earth's rotation. They bring deadly winds over 100 miles per hour and storm surges that literally push the ocean onto the land, causing massive drowning and coastal destruction. Tornadoes are violent, spinning funnels of air reaching from a storm cloud to the ground. They occur when warm, wet air crashes into cold, dry air, creating a horizontal spinning tube that gets tipped vertical. The result is a vortex that acts like a vacuum with teeth, shredding houses into splinters and tossing cars through the air. Blizzards are extreme snowstorms with high winds and near-zero visibility. They occur when freezing air meets heavy moisture. The wind blows the snow so hard that you get whiteout conditions where you can't see your own hand. It freezes livestock, traps people in cars, and shuts down entire countries under feet of ice and powder. Droughts are prolonged periods without rain. They occur when weather patterns shift and stop bringing moisture to an area for months or years. The sun bakes the ground until it cracks. This kills crops and livestock, leading to famine and turning fertile farmland into a useless dust bowl. Sinkholes are sudden holes in the ground. They occur when water underground eats away at soft rocks like limestone, creating a hidden cave. Eventually, the roof gets too thin and the ground just disappears, dropping houses and roads into a deep pit without any warning. Avalanches are fast-moving landslides made of snow. They occur on steep mountains when a layer of snow becomes unstable and breaks loose. The snow slides down, picking up speed and turning into a cloud of ice and air that crushes and suffocates anything at the bottom. Hailstorms are falls of ice balls from thunderstorms. They occur when strong winds push raindrops up into freezing air over and over until they grow layers of ice. When they get too heavy, they fall at high speeds, smashing windows, denting cars, and killing animals. Limnic eruptions are silent releases of CO2 from deep lakes. They occur when gas trapped at the bottom of a lake is suddenly disturbed. Because the gas is heavier than air, it flows down hills like an invisible river, suffocating every living thing in its path without a single sound or spark. Heat waves are periods of excessively hot weather. They occur when a high-pressure system settles over an area and traps hot air like a lid. This kills people through heat stroke, kills crops, and causes power grids to explode because the demand for cooling is too high. Impact events are collisions between asteroids and Earth. They occur because space is full of rocks that get pulled in by gravity. A small one burns up, but a big one hits with the force of billions of nuclear bombs, kicking up enough dust to block the sun for years and ending most life on the planet. Solar flares are explosions of energy from the sun. They occur when magnetic energy on the sun's surface is suddenly released. While the atmosphere protects us, the radiation hits our satellites and power lines, frying the entire electrical grid and knocking out all communication, potentially resetting civilization to the 1800s. Dust storms are massive walls of sand and dirt. They occur in dry areas when strong winds pick up the top layer of soil. The sky turns dark, visibility goes to zero, and it becomes impossible to breathe, burying everything in its path under layers of grit. Sandstorms are violent desert winds carrying sand. They occur when strong wind currents hit loose sand in places like the Sahara. The sand moves so fast it can strip the paint off a car and bury entire buildings, making survival impossible without shelter.